from you know, the Painted World, and we got a Homeward Bone, which we could use to go back to the Painted World and then warp out, but fuck it, I'll take the long way, just rolling the fuck out of here. It's been a couple days since I actually recorded. Well, for you guys, it's completely uninterrupted, but for me, like recording the audio, I haven't done it in a few days, so I'm kind of out of it. Like I think when I did the other two episodes, 9 and 10, they were like I recorded one, and then right when I was done recording that one, I pulled up the next file and started recording the audio for the next one. This one, it's been a few days because I haven't found the right time to actually do it. You know, in the sanctity of my own, my own dojo. I'm contemplating on whether to go kill the Gwendolyn. I mean, you have to, in order to get to him. I mean, we already got to him, so we can warp to his bonfire. But in order to get to him, you actually have to cause the platform to go down another one, so that the upper half is to the Painted World, and then the lower half is to the other one, the tomb. The supposed tomb of Gwyn, which is complete bullshit. That's obvious, because, I mean, if you just there, you saw a big yellow soul. That's Gwyn's, and he's not exactly dead. He's just gone insane he's just completely insane. So what I did learn, because I watched some videos from Vati Vidya, and who's this like, I don't know, 100,000 subscribers, so it's way more popular than mine. I don't care about popularity. I'm just doing this just to do it. Just for fun. But he had lore videos, and like one of them like had some lines of dialogue that I've never seen before, or heard rather, where Lautrec talks about Petrus and stuff like that, and Petrus's alternative dialogue, and I'm like, why the fuck didn't I know of this earlier? I could have, done something completely different. But I will link you to the whole playlist of lore videos that he did, along with Epic Name Bros, ENB/Marcus, whatever, call him whatever you want, but he prefers to be called Marcus. I'm going to also link his lore videos, because I was subscribed to Epic Name Bro for a while, because, Dark Souls and Demon Souls. Like, that's practically all he plays. He also did play Cave Story, blind hard mode, so that's goddamn impressive. So, but anyways, we're gonna go over to, I'm showing you guys where that Dom Hall is, and he's in a kind of an asshole place.
Aye, Shemai. I didn't expect to meet anybody here. I suppose great minds think alike, eh?
So now that we killed, so there's the Golem armor from Iron Golem. There's Ornstein's armor, and then there's Crown of the Great Lord. Or then there's Gwyn's armor.
But no matter. Come back again.
I don't really like Gwyn's armor. I mean, it looks cool, but I just prefer having full-on, like, legitimate armor. Let's use one of my Abyss spells on him. There we go. Let's see. Back to what I was saying with the lore. Like, some of it blew my mind. I mean, some of it I kind of figured out on my own, but others are like I didn't know. But and the lore thing is just basically almost all speculation, which blows my mind that like this game has such a open-ended and like all this open interpretation that like nothing's really true. Like there's nothing really set in stone, really. mean, there's a few pieces that are set in stone, but I mean, sometimes it just blows my mind for like what people can figure out, like can just pick up on all these subtleties and stuff. But what we're doing right now is we're going to go start the DLC, the Artorias of the Abyss, and there, I grabbed the damn item just because it was there. Yeah, the Fury Sword, definitely one of the first weapons you should probably get. That's probably the first boss weapon you should get. That is, there's no doubt, because it's so useful. And the Blood Shield grants you further resistance to all 4 inflictions, toxic, poison, bleed, and curse. And it just fucking looks badass, to be honest. But anyways, some of the lore that I've listened to, it's when you honestly think about it, and when you play the game enough and get these certain dialogues, it does make sense. But Miyazaki likes to mess with us. He really does. Because he's never gone out and said that, oh, this specific thing is 100% true. Like, this is the truth. This is, a part of this is canon, or this is canon. He hasn't said anything. He just leaves it up to the fans of the Souls series to kind of, hey, look, there's all this shit. Figure it out for yourself. I want it's like you interpret it how you want, which I think is really cool. That right there, I backstepped. That's a useful tactic for when you're dropping down onto a group of enemies. In both Souls games, but more useful in Demon Souls because you don't have a plunging attack. And a plunging attack is when you're using the either R1 / right button to do a really strong attack, like just kind of like fall down, and you're doing an attack while you're doing it. That's probably the most effective. That's the strongest attack you can do with any weapon, or at least any melee weapon. You can't really do that with ranged weapon. It doesn't really make sense. At least I don't think it can. But what's cool about like when you do new game pluses and everything, and you retain everything you have, and you have a lot of stuff, you can come up with like, oh, I'll do a Dragonbone Fist run through, just using just the Dragonbone Fist, no other weapons, just 2 Dragonbone Fists, or no melee weapons, no shields, just magic, or Great Shield of Artorias run through, where you're just using either that shield or the cleansing Great Shield. And the possibilities are endless. Now that white bit over there, that is Dusk's antiquated set, which the whole set can be upgraded, I think, to +5 or +10, depending. It's either Twinkling Titanite or just Titanite stuff, but except for the Crown of Dusk, which is kind of weird. But anyways, here we go. So, that specific dark orb will not be there anymore. That's the only time it'll be there. And you start right off the bat with a bonfire. Okay, so this bonfire is only at 10. I'm going to check and see if okay, I do have my Elite Knight armor set available for me to use. I'm going to wear that, probably for the most part of this DLC, because I think it gives a little bit better because I'm not dealing with different ailments or inflictions, I should say. So I'm just gonna deal with, I think this is because it's plus 10. That's maxed out. It's I think this is also a medium armor, but I think it's better than the Artorias armor. Yeah, screw it. I don't think I have the IDO. It's IAITO. I can't pronounce it for the life of me. But anyways, we're gonna this boss, you can cut the tail off even though it's not a dragon, and it drops the guardian tail. I would not recommend blocking that. Just roll out of the way for that. But it's hard. It's up right there. I almost got poisoned completely from one shot there. So there are some points where you can actually try to cut off his. So right there, if I completely dodged it and went behind him, I could have probably cut off his tail. But I already have it, so I'm not gonna. I mean, it is possible because I do have the item, but I'm probably not gonna be able to do it because he keeps his tail up too high, and this is way too hectic for you to try to snipe it off of him, which is goddamn near impossible. And I wonder if that could have actually worked. So I think the Sanctuary Guardian's like half, like part ram, part lion, part bird, and part scorpion, and part horse. Like it's all like it's cavalcade. Well, I wouldn't say cavalcade. I don't know if that's the right word, but it's just mesh of all these different creatures put together into one, body, which it looks pretty cool. Like especially the 4 like quadruple wings and stuff like that. But now he did drop a unique guardian soul, which you can only get from the actual boss fight itself, not the when you come back here. There's going to be 2 of them here. I don't know if they respawn or not because I never come back there a third time, but I might do that just to test it. Now the guardian soul you cannot use for any unique weapons. That's guaranteed. You can't do that. So let's talk to Elizabeth.
Well, look at this one. From what faraway age hast thou come? Thy scent is very human indeed, but not intolerable. Ah, Princess Dusk's savior. Thine aura is precisely as she described. I thank thee deeply for rescuing Her Highness, but Princess Dusk is here no longer, snatched away by that horrifying primeval human. And so I must ask, couldst thou once more play the savior?
Sure, why not?
Thank you. I am Elizabeth, guardian of this sanctuary, something of a godmother to Princess Dusk. I shall assist thee to my utmost, for I am one with the sorceries of Urasil.
What I'm doing here is I'm just buying a couple bits of powder and
Thou
stuff.
shalt see further on, an abyss was begat of the ancient beast, and threatens to swallow the whole of Ulasil. Knight Artorias came to stop this, but such a hero has nary a murmur of dark. Without doubt he will be swallowed by the abyss, overcome by its utter blackness. Indeed, the abyss may be unstoppable. Still, I have faith that Princess Dusk may be rescued yet. Thou shalt see an abyss with indeed still.
She's saying that Artorias came to stop it, and he's probably going to fail, and you'll see soon that he's actually the next boss fight, because he's been infected with the abyss. So I'm going to go and show you guys where I can't remember if I got all 4 parts, but there's an armor set that is the Guardian armor set, which is what these giant golems wear, which is kind of reminiscent of the stone Guardian, something like that. The stone giant armor set from Darkroot Garden. And these guys aren't that hard to deal with. I mean, if you have a strong enough weapon to deal with them, then you're completely fine. But I forgot, what this is kind of, it's, think of it as a daytime version of Darker Garden, essentially. That's kind of the vibe I'm getting off of it. Except instead of giant mushroom people and weird plants that come out of the ground, you're getting giants, and we just traded hits there. They dropped Twinkling Titanite. I have yet to get the giants, their Guardian axe from them, which is kind of disappointing, but I have another file, like at least on this file save. On another file save, I got every single item. But and also these little caretakers of the royal wood, they take they drop moss clumps, and the ones with the giant ass forks, they drop those rarely. So that's an item, but the ones with the giant shears, they don't drop those. Be cool if they did, but be really that'd be kind of like a weapon all its own. But anyways, there are now, unlike most sorry, I hit the fucking pop filter again. Unlike most parts for most pieces for the unlike most sets for most armor sets, this one, instead of being in one treasure chest or in one small little area or on one body, this is strewn across the entire royal wood, all 4 parts. And the first one's right here, which that's actually a shortcut to a much later part of the DLC from what I remember. But here's the first one, which are the gauntlets. Let's go back down, and I would not try falling down there. Probably gonna die. So now the thing about this place and Darker Garden especially are these damn flowers. Those that emit light like that, and it just fucks with you. It just honestly, it fucks with you. It really does, because you're like, oh look, an item. Oh no, wait, it's a goddamn flower. Fucking pisses me off sometimes. So I think from what I remember, I just annihilate every single living thing here. And I'm not going to pick up what he dropped, probably not, because, you know, I already have plenty of moss clumps. Why are you running away? See, the thing is, he's trying to run away so he can cause the other ones to go aggro on you. But thank God for this flame weapon, and that... yeah, that... So sometimes I'll be switching between my Fury Sword and this Great Sword, because it does, I think it kills him in like 3 or 4 hits, maybe 5. But I think this is another part. This is the leggings. So we got 2 pieces, 2 out of 2. Now, if you thought that Red Dragon, or or that red drake was bad. Here's the next one that we have to kill. And this is a full-fledged dragon. His name is Calamite. He is one of the last dragons of this time period. Like, this is when dragons started becoming extremely rare to find and stuff like that. And he's probably one of the last ones. So, from what I remember, I think you have to kill... I think you have to be killed by him in order for a certain NPC to have their dialogue unlocked, so you can start... so he can shoot him down. I can't quite remember if that's true or not. Maybe you just have to go down to where he is. But anyways, like all this blue, like black and blue stuff that's, you know, all over the place, that's the abyss. That's infecting this entire area. So we're gonna go over here. I think I might fuck up here, but I know that the helmet is, I think the helmet or the armor is like really close to here. And that's actually a useful tactic. I mean, I know I failed because I'm pretty sure I was going to fail anyways. I just wanted to see if it was possible. But if you hold the B button and you run around in a circle, that helps you, like especially in a small area, that can get your momentum going, so you can do your your jump animation instead of just rolling. So apparently the sprinting attack, so there's another piece on my other file. So a sprinting attack does more damage than a regular light attack. So there's the helmet. I know I got those three, but I don't know if I get the guardian armor. Can't quite remember. And here's the 4-prong plow. I haven't used it before, so I don't know the moveset it has. I rolled the wrong way there. So, obviously, stay away from the ledge, and that was a bad idea to do that. But anyways, now the ones with the shears cause bleed damage, or bleed status on you, or like the bleed meter goes up. It's not an instant bleed. I think this character can die, because I think when I went to go get the large divine ember in the Tomb of Giants, there goes great arrows, which are actually probably the best. Those are the best arrows in the game. Anyways, the one that oh shit, what was I talking about? Anyways, I think that's an item over there. Fuck, I don't know what I was talking about. I just fucking lost it. So I don't quite know the why am I failing right now? It's probably because it's like fucking 7 in the morning. Large soul of a proud knight. Okay, and there's a flower, and there's another flower, and there's a guardian. Or, not a guardian, the caretaker. Okay, something I already have. Probably a red moss clump. There's a crystal lizard. I was going to use a bow and arrow, but fuck it, he was already starting to run. So, similar to the things in the depths that kind of spewed out like blood or something like that, these kind of do the same thing. So, I showed you where the 3 of them are. I think I might try and go find the other one. I don't know. I can't remember if I succeeded. I think I got them both, so I think the other one does... There we go. That was one shot for the other guy. And there we go. More Twinkling Titanite. So I guess you could farm it here, but I'm not going to. Obviously, because, you know, don't need to farm ever, really. Solo for Night. Okay. So this is where you want to go. That's to get to that area, that giant citadel-y looking place down there. We're not going to go there quite yet. We're going to go look around and see if we can find it. I think this is it. No, that's just a gold coin. See, bleed status. Bleeds, yeah. Lots of bleed status. So I think, oh, I was talking about the large divine ember, which is a pain in the ass to get. Because the giant skeletons with giant ass machetes, they cause serious bleed status sometimes. Or, no, not sometimes, all the time. And I think I got bleed like 3, I think it was 3 times. And I died. I'm like, the fuck? I didn't, like, visually, I didn't lose any health, but when you when you get the bleed status, you lose an ass load of health. I think like a third, of your total health or something like that. I can't quite remember, but I got bleed twice, and then I started getting bleed again, and then when I got bleed the third time, I just died. And I'm like, the fuck? So I think what I did at that point was I just ran in there, grabbed the large ember, and then tried to get out, because those giant skeletons are complete assholes. They are fucking impossible. This is a really large, just empty area into the abyss. Obviously, that'll kill you. There's no landing down there. There's no nothing. I think I already got this. This is just a item drop from an enemy. So, I can't remember where the last one is, but, fuck it. I'll look it up and get it next time. Fuck it. Is that... no, that was probably just a flower. So... the shortcut, which... well, it's not really a shortcut because it's the only way to actually get down to the next place, but this elevator is available to us. So... that fog gate is where we go fight Artorias. There's a bridge over here to go talk to Chester, who is our second merchant. First being Elizabeth, but she doesn't really sell anything of value. Now, Chester turns up if you're in human form as a black phantom, I think, or something like that, dark spirit, whatever, and tries to fuck with you. And killing his dark spirit form does not kill him, but he does get annoyed when it turns out that you've survived or something like that.
Snatched by a shadowy limb and dragged off to the past. Yes, of course. Exactly what... we are both strangers in this strange land. But at least now there are 2 of us.
So he sells a lot of different herbs and stuff. Pretty useful stuff. Lloyd's Talisman. I'm not going to buy any of those, because if I pick any up, then I can't. The full stack in... yeah, so... he sells, I think, 12 humanity, and then he sells a bunch of sniper bolts.
Across Knight Artorias, the legendary abyss walker from the old tales. Well, if you haven't, it's just as well. He's a colorless sort, if you ask me. So long.
He kind of sounds like a dick, but when you kill him, if you killed him right there, like even after you killed his Black Phantom form, he drops all of his armor. He doesn't drop his crossbow, which I don't know what it is. I think it's a heavy crossbow. But anyways, now down here is the way to Calamite. We're not going to go do that right yet. But I will at least grab this item over here. Yeah, and these dogs also cause bleed. Let's see. Large soul of a brave warrior. That's pretty decent. I mean, with the souls that I get from killing certain enemies and stuff like that, trying to get from point A to point B, it's more than I would get if I used up all my souls, really. And that was, there we go. Actually, well, I'm not going to go fight, I'm not going to go activate Calamite, but I'm not going to activate Calamite until I get the crest key and open up the area to go talk to Hawkeye Go. And Go is probably the most useful, person you can, vendor in this, DLC. But anyways, let's go fight Artorias. Yeah, Knight Artorias, he's been infected with the Abyss. And so we have to kill him. And the Fury Sword is not doing jack shit, so... Well, it's doing a little bit, but I need to do a little bit more damage than that. So this is just go on forever. So... and that one doesn't have hyper armor, but this does much more damage. So when he starts doing this, you want to roll away. Like, you can get a couple hits in, but let's see. I need Sunlight Talisman. Let's do this. See if I can get a couple hits off him. 400 damage. That's pretty good. I don't know how I got more damage off of him from that one spell than the other ones, but whatever. Let's see if I can get... Okay, I did get that one. Let's see... There's that. Yeah, I would not recommend using Gravelord Sword or Gravelord Greatsword Dance unless you are in a very small and contained area where all of them will be in a very close vicinity. Let's see if I can use Wrath of Gods. That does not do much damage. And he missed, and well, he missed, I missed. This is doing probably less damage than my sword itself, so. So I think you can actually interrupt him from doing that, whatever it is. I don't know exactly what that specific attack. Well, it's not really an attack, but I don't know what that specifically does to him when he completes it. But I think you can stagger him to prevent him from finishing the move. And I don't think you can parry him at all. Let's see if I can kill him with the Astor's Straight Sword. It's not doing much damage, and it is a +5, so... And it's the first soul that you see that is instead yellow or light colored. It's all purple and black because it's been swallowed up by the abyss. So there's a Dark Ember. I still need to give it to Andre. 6 Sunlight Medals. So seems he was defeated and his honor preserved by some unsung hero who is the true victor over the abyss. So him being the Abyss Walker and stuff like that is technically a lie, because you are. When they say he conquered the abyss, they're talking about you. Which is, But, let's see. We're going to warp to Ulusil's Sanctuary real quick. And the Crest of Artorias, I think we bought. I don't remember, but we bought it from Andre to open up a shortcut through Darkroot Garden. We're going to open it, but we're not quite going to go through it. We're going to go through the whole thing. So the reason I warped to and from is because of because of Kieran. Kieran does not immediately pop up the moment you kill him, but rather if you quit and reload the game, or if we warp back or to the play, from Ulusil and back, and there will be a small little grave for or at least a little stones here, and here she is.
Is that not the soul of the man who fell on this spot? He was a dear friend. I wish to pay proper respect with that soul. Would you be willing to part with it?
He gives you her weapons.
I must not be presumptuous. Artorias would not have approved.
So, she gives you only her gold and dark silver tracer. If you kill her...
Thank you. You are very kind.
So she gives you those, but it's not really that great of a deal, because if you kill her...
You humans, always taking what you please.
So she still has her weapons even though she gave them to me, so it's kind of weird. I think that's poison or toxic. Oh, so her dark silver tracer does poison damage, I think, and then I know her gold tracer causes bleed, because I've used it before. But if you kill her, she gets she drops her entire armor set along with her weapons. But if you give her the soul, you cannot get it back even if you kill her.
How? You humans, my dear
My dear Artorias. So, see, you don't get the soul back, but... So, do not give her the soul unless you cannot... you're absolutely sure you cannot beat her. So, there's his little hair stuff from his helmet, and then there's a flower that she left. Now, so up here is where Go is, and off to the right is where the multiplayer stuff is. Obviously, that has nothing to do with me, but I rested this bonfire again, but anyways, I will see you guys later. Infinity out.